You know, it's not every day you see the ATF actually take a step back. But after the political winds shifted in 2025, something pretty wild happened. It was like the floodgates opened. Firearms that had been buried under mountains of red tape. We're talking suppressed rifles, braced pistols, even guns that played in the legal gray areas, suddenly started popping up on store shelves again. All at once, there were no more games, no more looking over your shoulder, wondering if the rules had changed overnight. Just clean, straightforward approvals, and the gear that, let's be honest, we've all been waiting years to get our hands on and run properly. So today, we're diving into 8 firearms that are officially back in business, thanks to a Justice Department that finally decided to put the brakes on bureaucratic overreach. Now, this isn't just a random list. We've structured this to tell a story. We'll start with the guns caught up in the Great Brace debacle, then we'll move into the world of suppressors. After that, we've got a story of pure defiance you have to hear, and we'll finish with what I'm calling the People's Champion. If you've been waiting for the green light to grab something that used to be untouchable, this one's for you. Let's get into it. Kicking things off, we have a piece that's been flying under the radar for a bit, but for those in the know, this is a big deal. The GHM9 Compact from Brugger and Thomet is basically a Swiss watch that shoots 9mm. It just oozes precision. It's a soft-shooting, blowback-operated machine that is, and I don't say this lightly, built like a tank. But owning one wasn't always this simple. For a while, that slick telescoping brace had this thing stuck in a legal no-man's land. Was it a pistol? Was it an SBR? Nobody was quite sure, and most FFLs decided they didn't want to be the test case. You could almost feel the ATF breathing down your neck just looking at it. Nobody wanted to poke that bear, but that all changed after 2025. With the brace rules rolled back, the GHM9 Compact is officially just a pistol again. No tax stamp, no NFA nonsense. That means you get this incredible compact 9mm platform that runs on common Glock mags, fits in a backpack, and soaks up recoil like a gun twice its size. The fit and finish are top tier, and the controls feel like they belong on a high-end carbine. This firearm was practically begging to be run hard, and now, finally, you can do it without keeping a letter from your lawyer in your range bag. If a high-quality PCC has been on your wish list, the GHM9 just jumped right to the top of the buy now list. Next up, this one's for anyone who's ever wanted true rifle caliber power in a package that can disappear in your truck's glove box. The Sig Rattler PCB is one of the most compact, purpose-built PDWs ever made. Chambered in 300 Blackout or 5.56, it folds down to under 18 inches. That is seriously small. Small enough to live in a sling bag or be strapped to a plate carrier without weighing you down. But for a long time, this amazing piece of engineering lived in legal limbo. The brace it came with, Sig's own pivoting contour brace, had the feds scratching their heads. Most shooters took one look at the potential legal headache and decided to just keep it in the safe and wait. It was a shame to see such a capable platform sidelined. Then came the post-2025 reversal on the brace rule, and the Rattler came roaring back. No more gray areas, no more tax stamp drama. It's back to being one of the slickest urban defense platforms you can get, and it's back where it belongs, in your hands. Now, it isn't cheap. You're looking at close to $20,500. But what you're paying for is bomb-proof reliability, a true monolithic upper, and a gas system that's expertly tuned to handle everything from quiet, suppressed subsonics to spicy supersonic loads without a single hiccup. If you need a tool that hits like a rifle but hides like a pistol, the Rattler is back, and it's legal to run it hard again. It might sound like something you'd name a pet ferret, but don't let the name fool you for a second. The Sugar Weasel is a serious piece of kit from the mad scientists at Q, the same minds behind the legendary Honey Badger. This thing is a stripped-down, hard-running 300 Blackout machine with just enough attitude to make a bureaucrat nervous. It shares the same DNA as the Honey Badger, but swaps the billet receiver for forged aluminum to bring the cost down a bit. You still get that tack-driving 7-inch barrel, an adjustable gas block, and Q's signature cherry bomb muzzle device. It runs suppressed subsonics like an absolute dream, but it will bark with authority if you feed it supersonics. For a while, the Sugar Weasel, just like its big brother, got tangled up in the brace mess. The ATF started treating these as SBRs, and this handy little shooter turned into a legal nightmare overnight. Most people backed off, dealers had to pause shipments, and Q basically went radio silent, waiting for the smoke to clear. Now, with the 2025 rollback, it's back to being what it always was, a pistol. No stamps, no stress. Weighing under 5 pounds and shorter than most backpacks, this is a go-anywhere, solve the problem kind of gun. Cute name, sure, but this thing is all business. Alright, so we've talked about the brace issue. Now let's shift gears to another NFA headache. Suppressors. Let's be honest with ourselves. Most pistols weren't born to be suppressed. They just tolerate it. You find a threaded barrel, you slap a can on the end, you mess with the recoil spring, and you hope it cycles correctly, all while dealing with the extra length and weight. It's a compromise. The Maxim 9 from Silencer Co. is not a compromise. This firearm was designed from the ground up, from the very first blueprint, to be a suppressed pistol. No threading, no tuning, no guesswork. The suppressor is integrated into the slide and frame, not just bolted on as an afterthought. And it's modular, meaning you can configure it for maximum quiet or a more compact size. With subsonic 9mm, you're getting shots that are genuinely whisper quiet. For a while, though, this gun was dead in the water. It's incredibly cool, but who wants to wait 6 months, a year, or even longer for a tax stamp on a pistol? That $200 tax and the endless waiting game killed the market. Most guys just sighed, threaded a Glock, and called it a day. But now, that's changed. Under the new policies, suppressor approvals are moving fast. You still need the stamp, but it's no longer a year-long sentence in bureaucratic purgatory. At around $1,400, you're getting a purpose-built, hearing-safe home defense tool right out of the box. Some rifles get a suppressor added on. This one was born with one. The DDM4 ISR from Daniel Defense is a purpose-built, integrally suppressed rifle designed for one thing: peak subsonic performance. Here's the genius of it. You've got a 9-inch barrel with a suppressor permanently welded on, bringing the total legal length to 16 inches. That means it's a rifle, not an SBR. You only need one tax stamp for the can, not 2 stamps for the can and the rifle. One stamp and you're done. It's built around the 300 Blackout cartridge, and the gas system is perfectly tuned to cycle everything from light supersonics to heavy 220-grain subsonics. It's built for quiet, and it tames recoil beautifully. Plus, because the suppression is internal, the balance point is shifted back towards you. You don't get that nose-heavy feeling that plagues most suppressed ARs. For a while, the combination of long wait times and the risk of reclassification made integrally suppressed builds like this almost unbuyable. But with the new faster process, platforms like the DDM4 ISR are finally getting their moment to shine. Some guns are compact, this one is downright surgical. The Maxim Defense PDXSD is what you get when you tell a team of engineers, "I need suppressed rifle power that can clear a doorway without choking me with gas blowback." They built this thing from scratch to function where other short-barreled rifles fail. It has a tiny 5.5-inch barrel chambered in 5.56 or 300 Blackout, and it's tucked inside a full integral suppressor they nicknamed the soup can. And yeah, it's that fat, but for a very good reason. That oversized can is designed to dramatically reduce back pressure and control gas, keeping the overall length under 24 inches. That means you have a suppressed rifle you can actually run indoors without it being unwieldy. Before 2025, getting one of these was a bureaucratic maze. Stamp delays and regulatory uncertainty made most people walk away. But now, systems like the PDXSD are back in a big way. It is not cheap, coming in at nearly $3,700, but you're buying a complete duty-ready system that has been tuned to perfection from the factory. No guesswork needed. It was built to run hot, run quiet, and keep you in the fight. Okay, so far we've talked about guns that are back because the rules changed. This next one is different. This one is back because it fought the law, and it won. Most guns stay in their lane. The RS7 from Franklin Armory didn't. This firearm was designed to walk right up to the line, look the ATF square in the eye, and dare them to blink. And they did. See, the RS7 isn't legally a rifle. It's not a shotgun either. It uses a patented straight-cut barrel. No rifling, no smoothbore. Legally, that puts it in the simple category of firearm, completely outside the NFA. And that's exactly why the ATF tried to shut it down. But here's the twist. Franklin Armory took them to court, and a federal judge ruled that the agency had overstepped its authority. The DOJ under the new administration didn't even bother to appeal. That means the RS7 is officially back, and you don't need a tax stamp to own it. It gives you rifle-caliber performance without the NFA headache. And here's the kicker. You can take it across state lines without a permission slip. If you want a gun that punches like a rifle, handles like a pistol, and represents a middle finger to bureaucratic overreach, the RS7 isn't just back, it's making a statement. All right, after all that high-end, high-drama hardware, let's bring it home for our number one spot. You don't always need a boutique rifle or a complex suppressor to get the job done. Sometimes you just need a simple, reliable 9mm subgun with good bones, great controls, and a price that doesn't require a second mortgage. The CZ Scorpion 3 Plus Micro checks every single one of those boxes. This platform's DNA goes all the way back to the Cold War, but the 3 Plus Micro version is all modern. A flared magwell, ambidextrous controls, a better grip angle, and a cold hammer-forged 4.2-inch barrel. It's short, light, and just ready to work. It runs on a simple straight blowback system, which makes it a fantastic suppressor host, and it will eat any ammo you feed it without drama. Now, here's the deal. This gun was nearly killed off by the brace crackdown. At one point, the ATF was floating the idea of reclassifying braced pistols like this as short-barreled shotguns. Yes, you heard me right. Shotguns. That legal mess had CZ fans and the whole industry very nervous. But once the brace rule got torched in 2025, the Scorpion snapped right back into action. It's a pistol again. No stamp, no confusion. And at around $1,300, it undercuts most of the competition while being an absolute blast to shoot. It's the combination of affordability, reliability, and pure fun that lands it here. This is the victory that almost anyone can take part in. And that's why it's our number one. So there you have it. 8 firearms that were once tied down by red tape and endless wait times. The laws didn't make these guns any better, but freedom sure did. And if this list proves anything, it's that when you ease the pressure, innovation comes roaring back. So if you've been eyeing a PDW, a suppressed build, or just want something that finally makes sense to own again, now's your window. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and drop a comment below telling me which one of these you'd grab first. Stay sharp.